Hello everyone. I hope my voice is audible and my screen is visible. Please confirm in the chat window once. Then I'll be starting with the questions. Okay. As we have discussed yesterday that today we'll be discussing more on AI and Python, right? Okay. But let me start with one data science question. Then we'll be going for more AI and Python questions. Okay. For you, the first question is, what is naive in Navy bias? So what is naive? Let me guess the font. Yeah, good evening, Power. Hello, Abhishek. So for you, the first question is, what is naive in Navy bias? When do you call someone naive? So the answer will be same kind. Today I have prepared more than 10 questions in data science and AI. No, not data science, AI and Python. Also, I have added one question from R. Good evening, Rakesh. Yeah, so I'm getting answers. So Sachin is saying Naive bias is a classification algorithm which works on Bayes theorem. Abhishek is saying since it assumes all the variables are independent of each other, it is because it assumes that each input is independent. Power is saying. Ramakrishna is saying all features are independent. Yeah. So uh, let me give the answer for this. So a Naive bias classifier assumes that the presence or absence of a particular feature of a class is not related to the presence or absence of any other feature. So a particular feature of class is not related to any other feature. So basically it is naive because it makes assumptions that may or may not be correct. Yeah, Ipsita. It depends upon joint probability. Yeah. That thing is there, but I'm asking what is naive? Yeah, all features are independent. So for that reason, it may or may not give you the correct thing. So for that reason, it is very naive. It believes each feature individually. Yeah. So let me ask you the next question. It is from the machine learning part. After this, we'll be only discussing AI and Python. Also, the Python questions that I have prepared today, that is also based on AI. Okay. So tell me, what are parametric and non-parametric model? Good afternoon, Ipsita. So what are parametric and non-parametric model? So as we know, in machine learning, there are mainly two types of models, right? Parametric, non-parametric. Okay, I'll be waiting for 1 more minute. Oh, then I'll be answering this question. Okay, Power is saying parametric model makes assumption about the input variables. Non-parametric learns from the mapping functions. Abhishek is saying in parametric, the number of parameters and variables are fixed. Okay. Yeah, it is correct, Abhishek. Like linear regression is parametric and decision tree is non-parametric. Yeah, correct. Yeah, Sachin. Yeah, you all are giving the correct answer. So the parametric models use a fixed number of parameters to create the ML model. So it basically considers the strong assumptions about the data. So if you take an example, we can say linear regression, logistic regression, naive Bayes, and the perceptron that we use in AI, those things are parametric. And in the same thing for non-parametric, it uses flexible numbers of parameters. So it considers a few assumptions about the data. Also, these models are good for higher data, which we don't have any prior knowledge. And the examples for non-parametric models like decision tree, KNN, SBM, etc. etc. Yeah. So you all are getting it correct. Okay. So let me start with AI questions. Let's start with a basic question that we get most of the time from interviewers. Okay, Sachin. Sachin, you can keep the link if you want and you can access it later. That thing also you can do. Yeah, for this question, I'm writing it. For the previous question, it was a very easy one. From here onwards, which is like whichever is required, I'll be writing those things. Don't worry. Okay. So it is asking, what are the different types of AI? So, so what are the different types of AI? Okay, Power says no idea. Anyone else? Yeah, I understand, Ipsita, that AI classes are not done, but I will not be going like very deep into it. I'll be touching the basic things so that when you will be like appearing in some AI courses, it will be very easy for you to catch up. So Kirti is saying SVM neural network ANN CNN. These are the networks and models you are saying. Ramakrishna is saying machine learning, deep learning, reinforcement. Okay. types means, okay, see, like whenever I'm talking about types, you should be like thinking about the self-aware AI, means the chatbots, those kind of things, and the machine AI. Okay, let me give the answer for this. It will be very easy for you. So there are like several types, almost 6 or 7 types. So let me write one by one. So for the first, it is the reactive machines AI. Let me write it. So the first, it is reactive machines AI. So what is this? Okay, so let me explain one by one, then I'll be going for the next thing. Okay, so these things are based on like whenever we are going to present some actions, it cannot use any previous experiences. So whenever it is going to make some decisions, it will not, means it will not use the previous experience, and it will simultaneously update their memory. Okay, so let me write here. It won't use previous memory. It won't use previous memory to make current decisions. Okay, so this is the reactive machines AI. This is the first part. Okay, for the next thing we can say limited memory AI. So what is this thing? Sorry. Yeah. So limited memory AI is, it uses, okay, you know the self-driving cars. So this thing is, they detect the movement of vehicles around, like it will track the pattern of the vehicles and it will store it in the memory. So for this, I'm just writing self-driving cars. You will get it. Self-driving cars. Actually, I have to hold my mic in one hand. So for that reason, I have to type in one hand. Okay. So the second is limited memory AI. Okay. So for the next, it is uh, theory of mind AI. So what is this? So this is like whenever like we are using some AI ability to understand emotions and people and the things that means that is happening in the real world. Okay, so here I'm, for an example, I'm writing to understand real world feelings and emotions. Okay, then it is the theory of mind AI. Then for the next, it is, as I said before, self aware AI. This thing is really taking the internet into storm. Yeah, no, actually the thing is, whenever I'm writing this, you will get it. Yeah. No, actually I'm just giving the hint here, so it will be easy for you, no issues. So the self like it is, okay, for this I'm giving you the AI that we use, like the Sophia. You know Sophia? You know Sophia, right? The chatbot that is the bot that is developed by, I think, Neuralink or something. Yeah. Okay, so it is self-aware AI. So for the next, it is ANI. ANI. ANI means it is the artificial narrow intelligence. Please, please remember this thing. So it is just like the Siri and Alexa that we use. Siri and Alexa. It is artificial narrow intelligence. The next thing is AGI. AGI. which is called as artificial general intelligence. So it is the pillow robot, it is the health robot, we can say health robot. Okay, and the next it is ASI. It is the artificial superhuman robot, means intelligence. So this thing is under develop yet. One is in one is going to be developed, that is alpha 2. This thing is not developed yet. It is in like still in process. So this thing, if they will be successfully making it, then it will like control the humans. Means then at that time the humans will be like ruled over. Means the robot will rule over this entire world. So we hope this time will not come for us. Okay. So these are the all types. I think you got it, right? Yeah, Abhishek, I got it. Yeah, so these are the different types of AI that are available in the current scenario. Okay. So I hope you got it. Please confirm, then I'll be moving for next questions. Okay, for ANI, it is artificial narrow intelligence. For AGI, it is general intelligence. And for ASI, it is superhuman intelligence. Please remember this thing. Okay, shall I move on to next question? Please confirm once. Yeah, okay. Okay. So for you, the next question is, whoever knows AI, it will be very easy for him. Okay, what happened? Sorry. Yeah. So the next question is, what is TensorFlow and how it is used in AI? So it is asking what is TensorFlow and how it is used in AI. Yeah, it is a Python library developed by Google and contains deep learning models. Okay, Power. Yeah, it is correct. Yeah, so let me give the answer. Yeah, so guys, whenever like you don't know the answer, please try to put your answer as IDK so that I can give the answer for this. Okay, it will be very easy for me and for you also. Okay, so TensorFlow is a open source library that is developed by Google. Okay, so it has like mostly it is a math library so that it will be used for many machine learning applications. So with the help of this library, we can easily train and deploy the models in the cloud. Okay, so this is the main part that we do in TensorFlow. We can train and easily deploy the machine learning models in the cloud. Okay, and it is developed by Google Brain team. Okay. Okay, is it okay? Shall I go for the next question? Please confirm. Okay, I think you got it. So let me put the next question. So for you, the next question is, uh, which algorithm is used by Facebook for face recognition, and explain its working. Okay, for now, forget about its working. I will explain that. Can anyone tell me? It was recently very famous because the US, I think, yeah, US government was trying to ban Facebook once because of this process. Someone, I think, Snapchat or someone put some complaint against it that they are using X-ray scanner feature. That is not allowed in US. So for that reason, they got an issue. Mask RCNN is the network you are saying. RCNN, Mask RCNN, YOLO, these are different. I'm talking about the tool here. Yeah, it may have been used as a networking model, as an like architecture model. No, no, OpenCV is library. I'm talking about a tool. Okay, so Facebook uses, let me write it, deep deep face. Okay, so what is deep face? It uses the deep learning algorithms for face. Yeah, it does face verification. So it allows the photo tag suggestions to you whenever you upload a photo on Facebook. So it will directly suggest you like whom to tag. So it remembers the faces into the algorithms. So the deep face identifies the faces in the digital image using in the neural network models. So let me now explain how it does work. So what it does is, I think there are some misconception like for some other companies that it is using some X-ray like X-ray scanning technique, but it is not doing that kind of thing. It first scans the uploaded image. It takes the uploaded image. It doesn't scan you live. It first scans the uploaded image. It makes the 3D model of the image. Then rotate the image. Rotate means the data augmentation part it does. Okay. Then after that, it starts matching. So it will start matching the like the photo that is uploaded by you to the recent photo that you are going to upload. So it uses the neural network model and it suggests you whom to tag. It catches the shape of your nose, eyes, and eye color, and it will suggest you. So it basically creates some facial points. So that is the thing. I hope you got it right. It takes your previous uploaded images. It saves in the memory, and whenever you are going to upload something new, it will run through the neural network model. So it will scan the eye, nose, and eye color and other things. Then it will touch the facial points. Then it will suggest you whom to tag. Okay, I hope you got it right. Yeah. Okay. So let me put the next question. That is also a very important one. This question I got in a mock interview. So obviously I can say it is an important question. This one. Let me increase the font. So what is the inference engine and why it is used in AI? So it is asking what is the inference engine and why it is used in AI. Okay, power says IDK. Okay. Okay, so let me explain this answer to you. In artificial intelligence, the inference engine is the part of the system that derives new information from knowledge base by applying some logical rules. So let me write it. It uses chaining technology to derive informations. Okay. So what are the chaining techniques it uses? Backward and forward. So one is backward, and the other is forward. So in backward chaining, what it does is it begins with the goal and proceeds backward. Means it starts with the like training the knowledges. Starts it starts with the information that it got. Then it proceeds backward to deduce the facts and that supports the goal. That means it starts with the information, it goes backward to know what are the data that supports the information that the chain got. Okay, and again in forward chaining, it starts with the facts. Means it starts with the elements and then it decides, okay, this should be our goal. So it is the case thing here. So this is called the inference engine. It basically acts on the chaining technique. I hope you got it. It is just like agglomerative and decisive that we know in hierarchical clustering. One is divides the data and creates the goal, and from the goal, it extracts the data. So it is the thing that is using the inference engine. Yeah, I hope it is clear now. Okay. So let me ask you the next question. So what is a Turing test? So what is the Turing test? So Turing test is basically it is used in Sophia also. If you have any idea, please give the answer. Else I can give my answer. So what is the Turing test? If you don't know, you can say IDK. Okay, Pao. Okay, Abhishek. Yeah. So Turing test is something. Let me write it first. Yeah. So it is developed by Alan Turing. This is the person who developed Alan Turing. So what happens here is it tests the machine's human level intelligence. Means how the machine, or let me write it also, machines human level intelligence. Here what in this test, like what happens is it takes into consideration how can a human think, and the robot that is made by considering the human genes and human mind, then they will make a competition. So in the competition they test, the thing is how the machine is working, means how the brain framework is working. Is it the same like the humans, or it is different? It is needed. Why it is needed? Sometimes what happens is if we underdevelop it, it may not work like properly, and if we overdevelop it, it will start controlling us. So except Saudi Arabia, probably, I don't remember. Yeah, probably Saudi Arabia. All other countries have banned this testing. So for this reason, Sophia is made in Saudi Arabia, and I think she also got the citizenship. Yeah. So this is Turing test. Here we test the machine's human level intelligence. Okay. So let me ask you another question. Yeah. So this question, I think, yeah, I think you got it in data science. Yeah, it is on AI, but you have got it in data science, I remember. This question you can answer, I know. So what are the data manipulation techniques that we use in deep learning? There are several techniques that we use. Please try to answer. I think after this, one more question will having in AI. Then we can start about Python. Also, for today's Python questions, I completely made it on AI so that it will be easy to relate. I know some people may not get it, but whenever you are having some courses on AI, or you will be starting gaining some knowledge about AI, it will be very helpful for you. Also, in some data science interviews, you may face this kind of questions. In the recent drive, maybe the Sutherland drive, they asked people about GPT and BERT. It is not in data science. Yeah, it has some application of NLP, but GPT and BERT are mostly used in AI. So obviously they can ask such kind of questions because they want data engineers, ML engineers. They like always they do not ask for data scientist. So whenever you are appearing for data engineer or ML engineer, they will ask you questions on SQL also. SQL, no SQL, you can get it. Okay, for this I'm getting IDK from Sachin. Anyone else? because this question is from data science part. This is not an AI question. Since it is AI, but we also got something in data science about it. Shall I wait or put my answer? Okay, let me give the answer for this. Okay, fine. Okay, so there are different techniques that we use. Like when I'll be starting giving the answers, you will get it. Okay, the first it is the data transformation. We all know, right? Data transformation, because we have used the log transformation, exponential transformation we use, right? I think you will now get the answers. The data transformation is one. Shuffling the inputs. This thing you also do. It will resample the thing whenever we train a model. If we are not getting accuracy, we also do reshuffling, right? Yeah. So this thing also you remember. Also, we know data augmentation. This thing we also like know what is data augmentation. Yeah. So data augmentation, like whenever we are talking about AI, we mostly use this in CNN. So in CNN, whenever we are replacing or flipping, like flipping colors of an image, then it is called as data augmentation. Here, we will have to change the data type. Means, so like whenever I'm talking about data type for CNN, it is talking about the rotation and flipping and replacing. Yeah, so data augmentation is gone. Then the next part is batch normalization. This thing we also know, correct? Yeah. So it basically calculates the x minus mean by standard deviation. So this will do for all batches. And here, like whenever we are having some covariate shift cases, we can use it because the inputs are connected to to avoid collinearity. So we can do batch normalization there. And the last one is curriculum learning. So this is different. Curriculum learning. So this is about to understand the data. Like whenever we are going to do some neural network and we are unable to understand what kind of image it is, because without doing without using any filters or any smoothing technique, sometimes we are not able to understand the data. When suppose we are having an image but it is blurred, so for that reason we can use curriculum learning. Okay. Okay, so it is clear. Shall I go for the next question? Okay, so let me start with Python questions. I think it is, yeah, I think we should start with Python questions. So the first question will be a good one and a tough one. Okay. So here we got a condition. Please read it if you know about it. Yeah, this thing also, It is discussed in data science. Whenever we are talking about neural network, you can remember this thing. So please try to read it and what it is asking. It is a 3 or 4 line code, but it is asking you to make you some like it is making you difficult. But the thing it is very easy. It is the normal NN that we have studied in data science. Please try to understand this thing. It is asking write a code to add 16 and 12 hidden layers. Means it is asking you to add 2 hidden layers, but first it will add 16, then it will add 12 to the neural network model. So for the hidden layers, it will use the activation function as ReLU. And we are having the input and output layer as 20 and 4 dimensions. So please try to put the answer. And if you don't know, you can say IDK. Then I will start explaining this thing. The next question I will be asking from R. So please be ready with that. Yes, power model dot add dense 16 input theme equals to 20. Also, I have mentioned you have to use ReLU. Did you see it? I mentioned the question. You have to use the activation function as ReLU. This thing you said is perfect. Before that, power, it is correct. Before that, you have to make sure that it should be in sequence, right? Okay, so let me write the code quickly. Then I'll be explaining this thing to you. Okay, just give me a second. Okay. So first we have to import the dependencies. Dependencies means we have to import keras. We have to import keras here. Then we have to import the sequential. I'm not typing the whole code. I hope you will get it. Sequential, you have to, these things we have to import. These are not codes. Then you will import what is dense. Why we are putting it dense? Because it is a dense network. These things will import. Okay, after importing these things, now we will start the sequences. So as we are following the sequence, power. First it will be model equal to model equal to sequence here. So the first thing it will be sequence here. Okay, then sorry, it is C, I made it. Then we have to start working on model dot add. For the first model dot add, we have to write like what are the first we have to write what is the dense. Why it is writing dense? Because you are working on dense network. Then after dense, we have to put the things here. It is asking 16 and 12 hidden layers. So here we have to put 16 as the hidden layer. Then we have to put the input dimension, that is 20. Input dimension, that is 20. Then we can use here the what? Activation. Activation as ReLU. So this thing we can do. Same thing we have to do next here, but here we will be putting what? Let me copy this part. Here we'll put 12. Why? Because it is asking to make the second hidden layer as 12. Okay. And at the last, we have to put the output. So what is the output? 4 dimensions. And for 4 dimension, here we are using multi-class classification. So for that reason, we will be using the activation function as softmax. So we can write model.add. The same thing, we don't have to describe the input here. So we can write dense. This is the output dimension 4. Then can write the activation is equals to softmax, because it is a multi-class classification. So this is all. So after this, you can do for parametric things. So this is how you define the model, and you are like this way you have to add the hidden layers sequentially. This thing is important, guys. Okay, and dense is the dense network, and these are the things. I hope you got it. Yeah. Okay, so let me quickly ask you another question from Python only, then I'll be asking one question from R. So how to import CIFAR 10 dataset? This thing is directly asked in your assignment question. I hope you all remember this. Whoever has done the assignment for data science, this question you got it. CIFAR. So first tell me how to import CIFAR 10 dataset. Because it is an inbuilt dataset in Keras. Quickly tell me if you don't know IDK. Then I can ask 3 more questions, 1 from R and 2 from Python quickly. If you know the answer, please say. Otherwise, please say IDK. But this thing you have done in assignment. Keras.load dataset. I'm asking for the code power. It is an inbuilt dataset. Please put the code, like code. Keras.load CIFAR, not load. Okay. So for this, the code will be from Keras dot datasets import CIFAR are 10. That is all. This way you can import the data. Yeah, Vishwanath, you got it correct. Okay, Pawan, no issues. Like whenever you are importing any data set from Keras which is inbuilt, you have to follow this way only. You have to follow this way. You just have to change the name. This CIFAR 10, you just have to change it. This is all. Okay. So let me ask you quickly one question from R. As I have said, I'll be asking one question from R today. This is a surprise question for you. So you have to tell me the output. You don't have to do any coding here. Okay. So tell me. Let me increase the font. Okay. So tell me, what is the value of f2 for the following R code? So it is basically defining a function that is f. So if you put 2 as the value, what will happen? What will be the answer for this? Quickly give me the answer. Then I'll be asking another question from Python. The next question will be on lambda function. So quickly give the answer for this. I know it will take some time. For this, I'm giving you 1.5 minutes. Try to just look at the code and you can do it. So tell me, Abhishek says 35 and Sachin says 39. I will say Abhishek's answer is correct. 35 is the correct answer. Okay. So let me give the answer for this. Obviously, 35 will be the correct answer because here it is asking to put the value as 2. So here you can see the value A. So the value that is A here the value A is 2. Okay. And whenever we can, okay, here also we can say B defined in the function fa is 3. In the so forget about it first. It is globally defined, and here B under this function it is like defined as 3. So whenever we are considering this thing, so we can directly say 3 to the power 3 G as A, and A value is 2. Okay, for A it is the value is 2. So the function G is defined in the global environment. Okay, so like when it is defined as the global environment, the value of B will be what? 4. Because we have defined this as global environment, it doesn't come under the function. So for that reason, here it will be 4. So whenever, so what will happen? The G value will be 2 to the power 4. So it will be basically 8. Okay. So whenever you are getting this 8, because it is defined in global environment, then the answer will be 3 to the power 3, that is 27, and GA 2 to the power 4, that is 8. So the answer will be 35. Yeah, Abhishek, you got it. Yeah. Okay, so I hope it is clear. So let me quickly move on to the next question. So it is the thing, means it is not the natural function that we use. Here it is the global function is introduced. So for that reason, it is making it complicated. Yeah, power 35 will be the answer. I know you will be confused in this. So for that reason, I made it. Okay. So quickly tell me, what are lambda functions in Python? Also, let me add a small question. Uh, okay, let me write one thing. Suppose- Yeah, you give the answer for this. I'm writing the second question. It is related. It is related to this one. Also, quickly tell me the output. If you can tell me the output here, then I can say, yeah, you know the lambda function. So what will be the output? It is a very easy question. Okay, lambda value operation, unnamed function. Okay, let me explain the lambda function. Meanwhile, try to give the answer for this. It is a very easy one. So lambda function, like it is an anonymous function in Python. So they are very helpful when you need to define a function that's short and like only one, like in one expression it is done. So like whenever we're going to define some function like a name body return statement, something like that, then it will be very easy for it. Because here we are not mapping a function like naturally that we do for define a function. It will not work like that. It is a very easy one. So please tell me what is the output. Power says 25, 25, Sachin says 36. Obviously for this the answer will be 25 because it is adding 3 plus 2 and double star means it will consider as the square. So 5 square it is 25. Yeah, you got it correct. Okay, so it was the last question of the session. I hope it was useful and you got to know more about AI and Python things. Okay, so have a nice weekend. Have a nice day. Thank you. See you again on Monday or next week. Thank you. Bye bye.